Life feels expensive right now. Rent, groceries, insurance, everything. What if you could flip that script entirely? What if, instead of struggling to pay your way, you actually got paid to move somewhere? It sounds like a scam, but it's not. All over the world, towns, regions, and even national governments are putting serious money on the table, offering cash, grants, tax breaks, and housing incentives, all to attract new residents, remote workers, and entrepreneurs. They have a problem, population decline, or a need for innovation, and you are their solution. Today on Around the World, we reveal the 10 countries that will pay you to live there in 2026, what they offer, who qualifies, and the absolute fine print you need to know. A quick and critical note: these programs are always in flux. Amounts, deadlines, and eligibility can change in a flash. Consider this your definitive 2026 starting guide. We've tracked the trends, but you must always double-check the current terms on official government websites before you apply. 1. Italy. Cash to save gorgeous towns. Let's start in Italy. The country's demographic crunch means you have an opportunity. Some stunning regions and small towns are offering grants and cash incentives to revive their local communities. Places like Presice Acquarica and Puglia have been reported to offer up to 30,000 euros. That's toward moving costs and the purchase of a new home. The typical requirements: you must move your official residency to the town. You must buy and renovate an older home, often one built before 1990. Some towns require you to open a local business or show a guaranteed steady income, and you must live there for a minimum period. The catch: the funds usually reimburse the renovation and purchase, meaning you need to have serious cash flow up front. The grants are limited, competitive, and Italian bureaucracy is absolutely real. Expect paperwork and delays. Why is it worth it? You trade those sky-high city prices for a life of historic streets, markets, espresso on the piazza, a life by the coast or in the mountains. If you've always dreamed of a Mediterranean life, these programs make the financial hurdle jumpable. 2. Canada. Saskatchewan. Get paid back in taxes. Next, we head across the Atlantic to Canada, specifically the province of Saskatchewan. To fight what they call brain drain, the Saskatchewan Graduate Retention Program has offered up to $20,000 Canadian in tuition rebates. This isn't a check on day one. It's money returned to you via tax credits over several years, essentially getting a big chunk of your education paid for, simply for filing your taxes there. Who qualifies? Graduates from approved institutions, either Canadian or certain recognized international equivalents. You must commit to living and working in Saskatchewan. The catch: it's a rebate, not an instant grant. You must have patience, and you'll still need to qualify for work or residency permits if you aren't already a Canadian citizen. Why is it worth it? You get access to affordable cities like Saskatoon and Regina, easy access to universal healthcare, a famously calm pace of life, all while a significant portion of your tuition is returned. 3. Spain. Cash plus baby bonuses. Many rural towns in Spain are struggling with depopulation. This means opportunity for you. Towns like Ponga in the beautiful Asturias region have been reported to offer moving grants up to around 3,000 euros, plus a major additional perk, a bonus per child born while you're a resident. Typical requirements: you move your residency and agree to stay for multiple years, often 5 or more. You must prove you can support yourself with a remote job, a pension, or local work. The catch: the grants are limited and sometimes pause when funds run low, and a quiet life is exactly what you get. Services will be quieter, with fewer shops and longer drives. Why is it worth it? You're replacing honking horns with cowbells and birdsong. You get the stunning Cantabrian Mountains nearby, a gentler cost of living, and access to UNESCO-listed parks. 4. Chile. Startup grants with a global network. If you have a scalable business idea, Chile might literally pay you to build it. Startup Chile is one of the world's best-known government accelerators. They've historically provided equity-free grants, varying around a $40,000 US equivalent, plus office space, mentoring, and an incredible founder community, all in exchange for building your company in Santiago. Who qualifies? Founders with scalable startups, generally in priority tech sectors. The application is highly competitive, and you must live and build the company in Chile for the program duration. The catch: it's incredibly competitive. Deliverables and progress milestones are real, and the grants are strictly tied to program compliance. Why is it worth it? Santiago's cost of living is lower than most global tech hubs. You gain capital, a crucial LATAM launchpad, and direct exposure to global investors. 5. Ireland. Tax and incentives for builders and founders. Ireland isn't handing out checks to individuals, but for companies and entrepreneurs, it remains a world-class incentive environment. Government bodies like IDA Ireland support qualifying firms with grants, mentoring, and export help. Ireland's corporate tax rate has historically been just 12.5%, and even as it moves toward a new global minimum of 15% for large companies, it remains one of the most competitive in the EU. You get English-speaking market access and a deep talent pool in tech, fintech, and pharma. Who qualifies? Founders and scale-ups, especially those focused on export and R&D. You'll still need to secure immigration clearance if you're not an EU or EEA citizen. The catch: housing in Dublin is expensive. Many founders wisely choose Cork, Galway, or Waterford for better balance. Why is it worth it? You get world-class company neighbors, direct global flights, strong rule of law, and financial incentives to grow your business from day one. 6. Croatia. Houses for pennies. Heading back to Europe, towns in Croatia are fighting population decline with an extreme offer. Places like Legrad have offered homes for a symbolic price, famously reported around the cost of a few cents, plus cash grants for renovation, to newcomers willing to settle long-term. Typical requirements: a minimum residency period, sometimes a decade or more for the best offers. Age caps sometimes apply, often under 40. You need proof of financial stability and a solid renovation plan. The catch: the properties often need serious work. This isn't turnkey. You must plan for a real renovation budget. If you're embracing a rural place of life, expect to drive for services. Why is it worth it? You get a low-cost European base near the Adriatic Sea, with quick weekend trips to Zagreb, Istria, or Plitvice lakes, and a stunning cost-of-life advantage. 7. Switzerland. Albinen. Cash for young families who commit. The postcard-perfect high-altitude village of Albinen in Switzerland has offered massive cash incentives, reported around 25,000 Swiss francs plus per adult, and bonuses per child. This is to attract younger residents who buy property and commit to staying long-term. Typical requirements: historically, applicants needed to be under a certain age, often 45. Crucially, you often need Swiss citizenship or an existing permanent residency permit. You must commit to living there for around 10 years and buy or renovate a home of a minimum value. The catch: if you leave early, you may have to repay the entire incentive. Eligibility is extremely strict, and programs can pause or alter terms. Why is it worth it? If you qualify, you wake up to the Alps every single morning. You get skiing, trails, and the famously serene, family-friendly rhythm of Swiss village life. 8. Taiwan. Teach and save or build your Asia base. Next up, Taiwan. While not a direct cash grant, Taiwan remains a top-paying destination in Asia for licensed English teachers, with salaries that can easily cover expenses in cities like Taipei or Taichung. For non-teachers, Taiwan actively courts foreign talent via special gold cards and industry-specific visas. Who qualifies? For teaching, native or near-native English, a degree, and sometimes a TEFL certification. For other work, skills in semiconductors, tech, finance, and design are in high demand. The catch: teaching contracts vary greatly, so always read the fine print on hours and housing. And while English works in the city, learning Mandarin will open many more doors for career growth. Why is it worth it? You get a safe, modern society with vibrant night markets, stunning beaches, hot springs, and some of the best healthcare value in all of Asia. 9. Greece. Home, land, and stipends. The tiny, beautiful island of Antikythera and others like it have periodically offered a powerful package: a home, a plot of land, and a monthly stipend, reported around €500 per month for several years, to families willing to relocate and help revive community life. Typical requirements: preferences given to young families who will live there year-round. You must accept small island reality: limited ferries, limited shops, limited schools. The catch: it is remote. It's a very long ferry ride from Athens, and services can be Spartan. The programs are small, highly selective, and can be paused without notice. Why is it worth it? If you're craving deep, profound quiet, incredible star-filled nights, and neighbors who truly know you, This is the real, authentic Greek island life, far from the tourist crowds. 10. Mauritius. Tropical startup stipends and low living costs. Our final spot is the island nation of Mauritius. They've welcomed remote workers and founders with premium visas and targeted startup support. Some schemes offer modest seed stipends to help very early-stage founders get situated while they develop their pitch. Who qualifies? Founders who are accepted by local incubators or accelerators. Remote workers can apply for a long-stay visa if they meet specific income and insurance requirements. The catch: the grants are modest. Think a supplement to living expenses, not full funding. And island living can mean import markups on certain consumer goods. Why is it worth it? You get white sand beaches, turquoise lagoons, incredible multicultural food, and a stable, English and French-friendly business environment. All with a lower overall cost of living than many island hubs. Before you pack your bags for the dream, here are 6 smart steps you must take. 1. Validate the current offer. Programs open, close, and change amounts constantly. Check the official government sites or town halls for the terms today. 2. Know your visa path. Incentives never replace immigration requirements. You need the incentive and the right to reside. 3. Budget the hidden costs. Factor in insurance, legal fees, translation services, taxes, and inevitable bureaucratic surprises. 4. Visit first. Spend at least 1 to 4 weeks there. Test daily life, internet speed, how long it takes to get groceries, and the closest hospital. 5. Document everything. Save every email, every policy page, and every receipt. Most payouts are reimbursements, and you'll need the proof. 6. Have an exit plan. If the grant falls through or the job changes, know how you will pivot, relocate, or cover the costs. Getting paid to live somewhere isn't fantasy. It's just government policy. Places with shrinking populations or ambitious startup goals are investing directly in you. Pick the program that fits your skills, lifestyle, and risk tolerance. Verify the absolute latest rules, and you could turn a simple relocation into a powerful wealth move. If you want to follow up on U.S. places that pay remote workers, or a deep dive into the easiest visas for 2026, tell us in the comments. Subscribe to Around the World for more smart geography and life optimization videos.